News. Sports Desk.
Thanks for staying tuned. It's now time to turn our attention to the very best of table tennis, and fans in Nigeria and beyond have praised Senator Tokunbo Abiru for his impact in table tennis development following a successful second edition of the Senator Tokunbo Abiru Mixed Table Tennis Tournament in Lagos State, where Oyo State emerged victors. Now, this has further fueled discussions concerning the sport's development via grassroots investments from facilities to opportunities and more. Now, Deji Abisola is the Chief Impact Officer of SAIL Empowerment Foundation, which is co-founded by Senator Tokunbo Abiru, and under his leadership, the foundation has successfully definitely hosted the second edition of the Senator Michael Tokunbo Abiru Nigeria Mixed Table Tennis Championships, which is a landmark sporting event that promotes youth development, inclusion, and excellence through sports. He's right here in the studio with me. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Sam.
Okay, let's quickly touch about the just concluded, mixed table tennis tournament. That's the Senator Abiru Mixed Table Tennis Tournament. Oyo State emerged victorious. Okay. How successful, in your own view, as a major stakeholder of the competition, how successful was it in terms of bringing everyone together and, more importantly, elevating the standard of the game?
Thank you so much. The second edition of Senator Abiru Mixed Team Table Tennis Championship, I would say, is a very successful one. We had the first one last year. We're also the sole sponsor last year. And this year, we decided to also sponsor it. This year, we had more people, more association from 30 different teams registered this year. We have other countries. We have Togo, we have Benin that also participate, apart from other 28 other associations within Nigeria. It was a 3-day event that was it was worth every money spent. You know, we could see excitement among the youth. You could see development. Those that were there last year, how they have progressed, and their ranking had gone up even across African ranking within the table tennis championship. And one thing that is so unique about the mixed team table tennis is that word inclusion. You know, we ensure that there is gender representation within the participation. You have the mixed double, you have the single male, single female, and you also have double male and double female. So it was a very, very wonderful event. And even those people that used to be tops, they had it, they didn't have it easy this time around. They were beaten. And Oyo State had to come from the back to become the champion. It was a successful one. Okay.
I mean, from what we've seen, very colorful and fierce competition within the participants as well. Now, that also would say one of the challenges we've often had when it comes to sports development in Nigeria, not just table tennis now, is the issue of infrastructure, facilities. I mean, a ball of table tennis is quite expensive.
I know.
It must be said. And some of these grassroots players do not even have access to the facilities because certain clubs are privately owned and what have you. So how do you think we can address the issue of infrastructure when it comes to table tennis development? Okay,
thank you so much. When it comes to infrastructure, you know, it's something that is needed for any of the sport talent to excel. So government is trying their best, and I think they can do more. They can do more. The facility that we used in Lagos, that's the indoor sport of Teslim Balogun Stadium. It's been there for years, and I know that government has been trying around it. I heard lately that maybe they're going to also revamp it over the next few months. But that is just one. But we have different local governments, we have different communities where sport develop better when it is from the community up. You know, so apart from government, individual organization, NGOs should also be involved. The same way SAIL Foundation is getting involved in this, sponsoring it every year. And our co-founders have already committed to continue to sponsor this as long as it exists, you know, to ensure that more of those talents are developed and nurtured and give them platform to be able to express themselves. Okay, finally, let's talk about the players now, not just players, the coaching crew as well, because it's one thing to have the facilities in place. It's another thing for us to have, quality players who are up to standard to really represent the nation well. So
the place of coaching, coaches getting refresher courses and being up to date with the latest, you know, skills and tactical knowledge when it comes to the sport of table tennis, and the players as well being up to standard in terms of regular training of, you know, professional standards, as well as continuous competitive action. What does that role play in the development of the sport?
It plays a very, very important role in development of sports. And you see, one of the things we'll give to the Nigerian Table Tennis Federation is being able to give platform to these youth to be able to express themselves by looking for sponsors that will sponsor different programs or different competitions throughout the year. The one we sponsor, we do it every October/November every year, and I know that other companies also goes on every year. So for me, I think creating that kind of platform where they can compete. I know some of them travel out of the country to represent Nigeria in different competitions across Africa, also outside the continent, as the case may be. So, but the more they do and compete, the more their ranking goes up, the more they can be able to represent Nigeria in, let's say, getting to the Olympic. If we get skills that we get to that level, they can represent Nigeria in the coming Olympic, they can represent us in all African games and all the rest. So these competitions are necessary. And I would like to say this often, is that we need more sponsors to always support these people so that they can be able to get what they need, our tools, in terms of equipment, in terms of access and platform to be able to express their gifts.
Okay, we'll just leave it at that. Hopefully the authorities are listening, and more importantly, the sport really thrives as all stakeholders contribute their own quota to its development. Thanks so much, Deji Abisola, the Chief Impact Officer of you know, Civil Empowerment Foundation. Thank you for your time on the show.
Thank you so much, Sam.
Thank you so much. Now, let's move past table tennis now and turn our attention to the sport of boxing. And this has to do with heavyweight boxing precisely. Anthony Joshua, Nigerian British